Hi friends, welcome back in the series of neural networks. So today we have another lecture. So we'll be having a case study on fraud detection, right? So basically our main objective is to given the credit card transaction, we'll be building a simple neural network that is multi-layer perceptron for fraud detection using Keras. So before wasting time, let's start one by one. So importing or mounting the Google Drive. So basically this notebook covers creating a model, adding layer, activation, optimization and loss function evaluation. Now concept of optimizers will be covered in obviously next sessions. Now we have the data set. So here we have the data set description. You can read it thoroughly, like the data set content transaction made by credit card, and this data set represent a transaction that occurred in 2 days, right? So here we have 492 frauds out of these transactions. So the data set is highly unbalanced. The positive class fraud account for 0.172% of all transactions. Now importing the TensorFlow version 2.x, right? Pandas, NumPy, again TensorFlow, train test displayed, pre-processing from sklearn, sequential from Keras, now dense, dropout, batch normalization. Sklearn matrix gives us accuracy score, confusion matrix, precision score, recall, f1 precision, or all the classification matrices. Now matplotlib.pyplot splt optimizer. So tensorflow.version. So this is the version that we train the model from Google Colab import drive. So we are navigating to the path, importing the OS, right? And finally we are getting the data set file. So the credit card.csv, I'll be providing the link in the description. Now data equals to pd.read csv, right, of the data set file. So here data.head, so this is the head we have. Now this is the time and this is the v1 v2 up to the v28, then amount and classes. What is v? So again you can see in the description. So it contains numerical input variable which are result of PCA transformation. Unfortunately, due to confidentiality issue, the original features and more background information about the data is not provided, of course. Now features v1 v2 up to v28 are the principal components obtained with PCA. The only features which have not been transformed with the PCA is time and amount. Features time contains the second elapsed between each transaction and the first transaction in the data set. And the feature amount is the transaction amount. This feature can be used, for example, dependent cost sensitive learning. Feature class, so is the response variable and it takes value 1 in case of fraud and 0 otherwise, right? So here we have the data frame. Now data class dot value count, so these are the 0 value, these are the 1 values, right? Checking if there is any is null. So is null dot sum, nothing. Data equals to data dot drop, time equals to access equals to 1, right? Dropping the column completely. Data equals to data dot drop na, okay. X data equals to data dot ilog. So we are having data except class column into the x data. Now x data dot shape, so this is the shape we got, rows and columns. Now x data dot head, so this is the head of our x data. So here you can see that class is not there. Now y data equals to data dot ilog, right? Again we are selecting the class column, that is -1, so that will be having the last column. So y data dot shape, this is the shape of it. Now doing the train test split, so x train x test, y train y test, train test split, x data y data, test size is 0.2, satisfy y data, random state equals to 7. So print x train dot shape, x test dot shape, x train dot shape, x test y test dot shape. So this is the shape that we have. Now x train equals to pre-processing dot normalize x train, y train equals to np dot array y train, y test equals to np dot array y test, and this is the y train we have, this is the y test we have. Importing collection, so from collections import counter, print counter y train counter. So here we get the 0 and for the 1. Now counter of y test, so similarly for 0 and similarly for 1, and for y data this is for 0 and this is for 1. Now creating a model, so Keras model object can be created with sequential classes. At the outset the model is empty per se, so it is completed by adding additional layer and compilation. So model equals to sequential, right? So here we have sequential, here adding layer, so layers and activations. So Keras layers can be added to the model. So adding layer are like stacking Lego blocks one by one. So now adding the parameter into our model. So model dot add dense 64, input the shape 29, activation ReLU. Similarly model dot add batch normalization, model dot add dropout 0.5, model dot add dense 1, activation sigmoid. So model compile, optimizers and loss function. Keras model should be compiled prior to training. Right now types of loss function and optimizer should be designed. So here concept of optimizer will be covered in later session. So of course optimizer equals to optimizer dot atom, learning rate is 0.001. so as lower the learning rate is, the model will give the best performance. Model dot compile, optimizer equals to opt, loss equals to binary cross entropy, matrix equals to accuracy. So the model dot summary, we have model sequential, layer dense, batch normalization, batch and batch normalization, dropout, dense one. So total parameter we have, trainable parameter we have, and non-trainable parameter we have. Now training, forward pass and back propagation. So training the model dot fit, xtrain np dot array ytrain, batch size equals to 700, epoch equals to 10, verbose equals to 1. Epoch, so these are the epoch we have 326, right? So epoch 1 2 3 up to the epoch 10, right? Now evaluation, so Keras model can be evaluated with evaluate function. So evaluate result are contained in a list. So xtest equals to preprocessing dot normalize xtest, this we have. Ytest equals to array 0 0 up to this one. Result equals to model dot evaluate xtest ytest, so 1781 by 1781. So this is nothing but the evaluation. Now printing the model matrix names, results, so loss and accuracy, right? And these are the value accordingly. Now confusion matrix, so y prediction equals to model dot predict xtest, batch size equals to 200, verbose equals to 0. Printing y prediction, so this is the y prediction we have. Y prediction equals to y prediction is greater than 0.5, and if it is, then print y prediction. So here you can see that you will get the true false values. Now accuracy, model dropout, so string model dot evaluate xtest ytest of 1. So here accuracy model dropout is equal to 99%. Now we have the recall score, precision score and f1 score of the confusion matrix. So here you can see the score accordingly and the confusion matrix. Now precision recall threshold PR, so precision recall curve, y test of and y prediction, and AUC PR curve. So here AUC, recall and precision we are passing, and if we print the plot for that, and so this is nothing but the AUC equals to 0.72. So yeah friend, this was all about this video. Hope you got some insight regarding how we measure the credit card fraud detection, and stay tuned. All the best. We'll be back in the next video. Till then, take care.